evening. So happy to be here. How many of you have ever made a New Year's resolution to start some exercise and then went out to the store and spent a whole bunch of money? And then a few months later gave up and felt guilty about not keeping your resolution? Any kindred spirits out there? Oh, Monica, Doug? I've done that too, so. About a year and 3 months ago, I decided as a resolution to start practicing yoga. And after I went to a few classes at the YMCA, I see Tin all the time there at the YMCA, my husband said to me, well, why don't you go out and buy a mat, and buy props, and buy blankets, and buy some of those cute little outfits that the ladies wear. I said, no, I think I'm going to wait and see if it sticks. But yoga for me has really been a low investment, high reward exercise practice. It really is your body and the mat and using the weight of your body to gain strength and improve balance. So there's some disagreement about the derivation of the word yoga, but most scholars agree that it's derived from the Sanskrit root yuji samadhau, meaning to concentrate, and it really is a practice that will help with concentration and focus. It's an ancient Hindu spiritual and aesthetic discipline that includes breath control, simple meditation, and specific body postures. So with something like yoga, so ancient with such a long history, there's a lot of history, philosophy, there's many different types of yoga, but tonight in my speech, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the benefits that I've gained from practicing yoga for about a year. Yoga, I think, gives you a genius body. Here's some quotes by Aldous Huxley on genius. We are all geniuses up to the age of 10. The secret of genius is to carry the spirit of the child into old age, which means never losing your enthusiasm. So what do these quotes have to do with yoga? Well, for me, let me try to explain in a roundabout way. Children are paradoxical beings, right? They're so curious, they're always asking questions, trying to figure things out and get more knowledge. Yet at the same time, they'll kind of accept anything, right? They don't have that idea of limitations on reality. Santa Claus, well, why not? So what if through an exercise practice, we could begin to learn to move our bodies freely like children again, and at the same time, also open our minds and spirits again to curiosity and to that limitless possibility. Moving like a child. How did your body move as a child? Mine was a lot freer, had a lot more range of movement. What could you do then that you wish you could do now? For me, I was into gymnastics as a kid. I wish I could do a back bend. How did movement make you feel when you were a kid? It made me feel joyous, being let out of the classroom, onto the playground, just happy. So one day, after about 3 months of practicing yoga, I went home, I turned on the music in my room, and I was dancing around. I was like, wow, this has really made a difference. I'm really moving more freely. I thought, hey, I feel like I could do a back bend. And then that adult side of myself said, no, don't try it. But the curious side of myself said, give it a try. See if you don't kill yourself. So I got down on the ground, and my God, I was amazed. I could do a back bend again. I never thought, as an adult, that I would be able to do that ever again. So there it was. I challenged a limit, and I went beyond what I thought I could do. And that's yoga for me. In yoga, we also practice awareness. Awareness of our body in space, awareness of our breath, awareness of the energy and accompanying sensations, and awareness of relaxation in Shavasana, or corpse pose, which sounds kind of morbid, but working on these awarenesses has really helped me in my daily life. For example, I used to have hunger just creep up on me all of a sudden, or pounce on me all of a sudden, and I would be ravenous and eat everything in sight. Now I'm more aware of how I feel, and when I start to feel hungry, I'll eat something right away and make more healthy choices. Or sitting at the computer when I start to get fidgety. Used to before wait until I was in pain to get up. Now I anticipate that that will lead to pain and get up. So being aware of how my body feels has helped me. It's also helped expand limitations and accept frustration. You know, you're standing in the pose like tree for a long period of time and your muscles begin to get tired. Well, it's a good thing. There's no growth in practicing what you're already good at. Courage and grace to ride out frustration helps you grow. And surprise, you've changed over time. Now I'll show you another move that really used to frustrate me, boat. And when I first started, I thought it was great that I could just put my hands on my legs, but I thought everybody else around me was lifting their bodies up off the ground. And after practice and practice, one day I tried it, and I was able to do it. And I was amazed. I'd surprised myself and surpassed my limitations, or my self-imposed limitations. And finally, the goal of yoga is supposed to be limitation through control of body and mind. And that seems paradoxical, right? Control, liberation, freedom, responsibility, they seem like opposing ideas. But when you have control over your body and your mind, your hungers and your desires don't rule you. You're not a slave to them. Every thought that pops in your head that's potentially harmful to someone else doesn't need to come out your mouth. So having control of body and mind definitely is a form of liberation. So, would you consider a yoga mat as an investment in your health and well-being? Maybe not, but I'm happy to have been able to share my experience with yoga with you. And now I'm going to, if you want to join me, lead us in the final mantra that we say at the end of yoga. You don't have to. Om, 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 Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. We could all use a little more peace in our lives. Thank you.